Young Sheldon Season 7 Episode 12 synopsis reveals another Cooper tragedy before George's death. Hello everyone, my name is Marcus G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. This article is part of a directory. Young Sheldon Season 7. Release date, cast, story, trailer, and everything we know. Young Sheldon Season 7 images show first look at Big Bang Theory's Jim Parsons and Mayim Bialik return. George's death is a major upcoming event in Young Sheldon, but the Coopers may face another crisis before that occurs. The possibility of losing their home is looming over the Coopers, with Mary's fear of being alone driving the potential move. Despite financial stability and familial changes, the Cooper family's future residence remains uncertain as they navigate impending changes. Before George's death, the Coopers will experience another tragedy in Young Sheldon Season 7. Episode 12. A new home and a traditional Texas torture. Aside from the Big Bang Theory prequel's ending, George's demise is one of the biggest remaining arcs in the show. While plot specifics about how the young Sheldon character dies remain under wraps, his death and the aftermath of it, including his funeral, have already been confirmed. This is on the heels of the show fixing its big Lance Barber plot hole just in time before its storytelling shifts its focus fully on tying up all remaining narrative loose ends. George's death may be the biggest tragedy, but the Coopers are facing another crisis before they lose their patriarch. Per CBS via Futon Critic, Young Sheldon Season 7. Episode 12 will feature another big issue for the clan, as Sheldon and his family might be losing their home for an unknown reason. Read the official synopsis below. While it hasn't been focused on in Season 7, the Coopers' financial state has always been part of the show's storytelling. It has always been at the forefront of George's priority as the family's primary provider, and indicates that all the bad stories about him in the Big Bang Theory were simply untrue. The clan, however, was in a much better financial situation, with George coming back to Medford High School and Mary reclaiming her old job at Pastor Jeff's church. Considering this, losing their home may not be about money issues. While Missy still lives with them, losing Georgie and Sheldon's impending move is fueling her anxiety, so George may indulge her by entertaining the idea. Instead, the issue may just be something that the family is considering. Mary's fear of being alone, as she points out in the Young Sheldon Season 7. Episode 11 trailer may be the driving force for this. As she confesses to her husband, she doesn't like the thought of a big but empty house. While Missy still lives with them, losing Georgie and Sheldon's impending move is fueling her anxiety, so George may indulge her by entertaining the idea. However, since Sheldon is repulsive to change, he may sternly oppose this potential move. New Young Sheldon detailed reveals George's final arc, and it may likely be the reason why Mary was so angry at him in the Big Bang Theory. Whether this possible plan moves forward or not is uncertain at this point. With George's death near, it's safe to say that changing homes would be the last on the Coopers' agenda after losing the family patriarch. Still, it may be revisited in the future, especially since it will explain Mary and Missy's absence in Georgie and Mandy's Young Sheldon sequel show, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. This article is part of a directory, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Confirmation and everything we know about the Young Sheldon spin-off. Young Sheldon star has the best idea to address Georgie and Mandy's TBT canon problem. Young Sheldon co-creator Steve Holland explains how the upcoming Georgie and Mandy spin-off will be different. The new spin-off was first announced in January from the team of Big Bang Theory creator Chuck Lorre and Young Sheldon co-creators Holland and Stephen Molaro. The Young Sheldon spin-off, officially titled Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, will focus on the characters of Georgie Cooper and Mandy McAllister, as portrayed by Montana Jordan and Emily Osment, putting the focus on their popular Young Sheldon characters. During a recent event for CBS, Holland spoke to Deadline about how Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is different than Young Sheldon and says in part, "We don't really know what happens to them and their relationship. For us, I think it was really watching Emily and Montana on screen together, and they just had such a great chemistry, and they were so much fun to watch, and it just seemed like watching them spark together seemed exciting and seemed like a fun way to keep telling stories in this world. You know, it was tricky with Sheldon going off to college, which we know happens. It's gonna be hard to do a show with young Sheldon when Sheldon wasn't there. And so watching Emily and Montana sort of spark together and be so much fun to watch, it just felt like a natural progression. And also for us, you know, their story is open-ended. We don't know what happens. In young Sheldon, we always knew the end of his story from Big Bang Theory. Always knew. You know, he was gonna grow up and get married and win a Nobel Prize. And now, with Georgie and Mandy, the slate's a little bit clean. We don't really know what happens to them and their relationship and their lives too much. Jordan has been with the young Sheldon cast from the start, as Sheldon and Missy's older brother, George Marshall Georgie Cooper Jr. He dropped out of school at the age of 17 to work full-time at his grandmother's laundromat. It's there that he meets Mandy, Osmond, in Season 5. Though he lied to Mandy about his age, claiming he was 21, she eventually trusted him. The pair's baby daughter was born in Season 6, and the new parents got married in Season 7. Related, Georgie and Mandy's Young Sheldon spin-off title spoils its TBBT plot hole resolution. CBS releases the official title for Young Sheldon's spin-off sequel about Georgie and Mandy, and it spoils how it will solve its biggest TBBT plot hole. But despite this happy turn of events, viewers of The Big Bang Theory know that Georgie's life takes an eventual turn. As played by actor Jerry O'Connell in TBBT, Georgie is twice divorced, and there's fairly frequent mention of his numerous ex-wives and girlfriends. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my Young Sheldon 24 to our channel, and stay with us.